has done those state people a lot of harm, a little good and a lot of harm. Yes, it did a little bit of good things here and there, but they had a certificate problem. It didn't go to primary school, if you must know. English can be learned by anybody. If you take a Chinese or somebody from Pakistan, put him in England for 2 years, his English will come up. So speaking English on TV is not equivalent to having basics of education. English is just a lingua franca, universally accepted as a means of communication. So Oshiomhole has no certificate. Primary 6, he does not have. I'm not mocking him. This is one of the reasons why the Ministry of Education was burnt down, because investigations were going on when he was having a court case about elections. Ariave was dragging him. In fact, it was the late Oba of Benin that called them, both of them, general. That general was ready to finish Oshiomhole, but Oba called him and said, okay, please allow him to do his next 4 years and let him. I'm just giving you a background about this man. This is a man that rose to power under the canopy of labor, and he abandoned labor almost immediately. You don't know a man until you give him money and power. So for me, and a man that met Edo State in a state of, perpetual aqua, like flood. We have a problem with flooding, and he brought out a solution. Water storm project. Cajoled everybody. The money was given to him. Before he left office, that project was never done. And up till now, it's still not done. He also introduced this same fraudulent government that we have today. That those states, those people are lamenting. It's not only me. Make a public opinion, sample it, and ask people how they feel about Edo State worldwide. Those worldwide are going to express a lot of sadness. It all started from Oshiomhole. A lion can only give birth to a lion. A goat will give birth to a goat. Oshiomhole brought Obaseki to us, and he later told us that he made a mistake, that he didn't know. I quote him now, that he didn't know it was a snake. That's the word he used. The video is there. He came to apologize. Naija Watch, if you can help us with that video where he came to apologize, to say the present government that he imposed on the other people is a snake. That a snake can hide under the grass, and you will need time to really know a snake is there. So this man is not a man that you can trust. Academically, he's not sound. He does not have the basics of education, the primary, elementary school. It's even a crime. In some countries, parents will be arrested if a child who ought to be in a primary school is not in school. So, and when the foundation, that is what we call foundation of education. And the Bible says, when the foundation is destroyed, what can the righteous do? So that's for Oshiomhole. I'm not expecting anything short of lack of integrity. A man that believes in movement, that believed in labor, is not pitching tent with those he once called bad people, oppressors. He fought Obasanjo to a standstill as a labor union leader. But the kind of person the real nature has come out when he has seen money. I'm not expecting him to say less about our Be Dirty movement, or about Emefefiel, the governor of Central Bank. Their internal crisis, their internal problems is going to work for Mr. Peter Obi, because no stranger is amongst them now. Let them fight themselves. I want to go to the other topic. Let me speak about the governor of Kaduna State. For me, the governor of Kaduna State, we shouldn't pay too much attention to him, because for me, it's just the same thing as Oshiomhole. The same in stature, the same in behavior. These are people that lost their conscience. They've sold their souls to the devil already. We shouldn't look at them. As for Ruben Abati, who was interviewing Mr. Peter Obi, Ruben Abati, for me, if you are not aware, you can make your research. He was in prison. He's an ex-convict. He was in prison under PDP government. He had issues. I don't know. It's part of the PDP. The way he usually interviews, as I said yesterday, Peter Obi, the way he goes haywire, the way he goes ballistic, the way he goes suicidal, each time he sees Peter Obi, I mean, it's questionable. When he sees article, he's very minimal. He's very, respectful. He's very cordial. He does not ask too much questions. Go to the other interview. Go and do your research and see how civil, how minimal he was. So we are fighting against a host of corrupt army. We have an army of corrupt men and women. Obidate movement. It will take such a strong movement to pull down this wicked host of corrupt men and women, bloodsuckers, destiny killers, liars, vandals. So for me, thank you, Mr. Najawash. You are really a media encyclopedia, a media lulabaluza. Najawash, no matter how extempo and impromptu the matter is, you are ready to deliver. So I give it to you. When we talk here, we speak with facts and figures. So how can such a man, this man now you are seeing, having issues with money, he even has a filling station? How did he build a filling station? Will you tell me he built that filling station he has in Abuja with media money? These are political, surrogates and puppets. The pen and paper will not forgive them. What they've done with Nigerian money, what they've done with the collective wealth of this country, God will judge them. So such a man, if you watch the body language, if you go to the internet, go to Twitter, TikTok, people are saying it, that the guy is so biased. Each time he sees Obi, he begin to express his Wole Soyinka character. But if he sees the other parties, it's very minimal. So guys, I will drop it here. Let's get our PVCs. Let's not be distracted. We are defeating them, and we will win them. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, my brother. Alex, I appreciate you always. You requested for Ruben Abati's case, and I will bring it here. You also requested to see a video where Oshiomhole apologized to Edo people. So let's take on this quickly.
Start by apologizing that my understanding that my successor will continue with the project that we started, that along the line he stopped everything. So I apologize that I brought a man who pretended for 8 years that he will build on the foundation that I laid, only for him not only to abandon the foundation, but to allow it to be flooded by water, and start doing consultancy for printing, consultancy for MOU, consultancy for everything. If you are in my shoes, will you be happy to see what you did with people's money be run down and beneath his back in the dark? You go and sign MOU in China, you beam it on television, very good, and you tell us by November 2018 there will be modular refinery. This modular refinery will guarantee fuel security, and the price will come down, and it will create thousands of jobs. Now we are in 2020. Have you seen modular refinery? No. When you market somebody that he will continue with projects of IMAC, and he abandoned it and started spending money on consultancy, will you be happy? No. Do you need to be a godfather, a godson, a godbrother to be able to advise somebody to keep to the promise? No. So when they are using my campaign, what I said about pastor, I say pastor will not do the. Pastor has never been a governor. No. Now there is what you call tested and trusted. We have tested Obaseki, and he failed. That's nice. So he cannot do receipt at all. So I want to assure you, I apologize for my poor judgment. As they say, you can never know human being until he has money and he has power. Then his true color comes out. So if those who told me that this man will betray, they have turned out to be true. God has a reason for keeping me alive and well and strong, so that working with you, your highnesses, we will correct the mistake.
All right, my people, this video, in case you guys are not getting it, Oshiomhole talking about how he brought Obaseki in, apologizing for bringing Obaseki in and all that. You see, some of the way they watch him now go see Oshiomhole, they apologize. You say, ew. These are one of the people that destroyed Edo State because he brought Obaseki in for his own selfish interests. The same Obaseki did not listen to him, automatically Obaseki become a bad person to him. So he is not annoyed. Oshiomhole not the verse for Obaseki because Obaseki did not deliver to Edo people. No, he's annoyed because Obaseki did not pledge loyalty to him. So he's a selfish man. He brought Oshiomhole he brought Obaseki for his selfish interests, not for you and I. So don't trust Oshiomhole for any reason at all. So it's good that we reference to this. I would like to hear from
Naija, please, just for a second. Mr. Peter Obi said something that really got me thinking. He said, yes, I agree that Peter denied Jesus 3 times. He said, but he was remorseful. And Jesus entrusted him with a great work of building the church. And he said, I did not allocate contract to myself. Follow me, please. I did not allocate contract to myself, directly or indirectly. Naija, watch. This is what most of the governors are doing. If you heard of the Article SPV allegations, they set up companies and they reap the state or the nation through that company. I must tell you that from our own personal findings as citizens, a lot of MOU signed with companies with Edo State money by the present Edo State government are signed with consultancy company that we don't know anything about. Consultancy company. I dare the government to let us know who are these companies. Many times they come from Lagos, they come from Malaysia, they come from Thailand, they come from Spain. Who are these people? If you check their website, you can't find them. And they're always consultancy. If you can remember, our teachers were trained with consultancy. We don't know them. Each teacher was trained with over 10 million naira and we spent over billions of naira. We don't know these things. Our governor should do better. Evil is evil. Look at today, Obi is boasting with his past as a governor. Leave a governorship post and boast with your past. Oshiomhole cannot boast with his past now. Neither can our governor in Edo State or Lucky Benedion. So he's never one person. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, people, appreciate every one of you right down in the comment section. Can see new people coming in, and please help us to share and like. Remember, we're here talking about the things that's affecting us. No matter how we try to deliver our submission here, it will please some and displease some. This is a normal thing. We are not here to please everybody. We are not also here to displease anybody. But the truth of the matter is, no matter what, we cannot please everybody. So we have somebody on the phone before I move on to the next person. Mr. Pius, thank you very much, sir, for calling us this morning. Good morning to you. How are you doing today, sir? Hello, Mr. Pius.
Good morning, sir.
We are hearing another device, sir. Turn down.
Good morning, sir.
Turn down. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Please talk to us.
The Moses of Edo State, the Moses of Nigeria. May God bless you for everything.
Thank you, sir.
For the truth you are saying, sir. Yeah. Sir, I just want to contribute. You know, say what is happening in Nigeria. Number one, for the things that is happening now. If we see they don't want the progress of Nigeria. Because they have seen for so many years, almost about 8.
Oh, your network is breaking, sir. Your network is breaking.
Yeah.
Yes, we can't. It's breaking.
The network is very bad.
Yes, bad. Can you call back again from another location or with another phone?
Okay.
Okay, because we want to hear from you.
Okay,
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Thank you very much, my people. Before we get that call back, I'm going to be calling on To Nigeria. And To Nigeria, please, I will, in case this call comes back, I will pause you right there. Thank you very much, my dear brother, Mr. To Nigeria. Please talk to us. Good morning to you.
Yeah, greetings, Naija Watch. Thank you for having me, and greetings to everyone on the panel and the chat and the viewers. Yeah, I must say, Oshomhole came across as somebody that seems to be trying to address a critical point regarding continuity from one government to another. If I'm not mistaken, this some people argue that this was part of the reason why Tinubu was this Ambode in Lagos. And there might be some argument to this that sometimes our governors, when they come into office, abandon one project and jump to another. I think there are two shameful cases I've heard of in Nigeria. I think that one of them is from Calabar. If I'm not mistaken, or quite, but one of them, those two states, they tend to confuse me regarding the tourism sector. And the new governor came in and really destroyed the tourism sector that the previous government put in place. They were even having an African festival there. Can you imagine that? A governor came in and destroyed it all. I don't understand how these things, there's no continuity. Because when you build on what is already there, that's what you don't you gain value instead of always starting from scratch constantly. And if what was there before years was terrible, you can understand why you build on top of it. But if good, there is no reason to just keep abandoning projects, because no project will ever be complete at that rate. I'm not even sure. What's his name? Buhari was the one that commissioned the second Niger bridge, completed it. There are so many projects that he's completing today that he didn't commission, he didn't start himself. Uh, there has to be an element of continuity there. So that the point he's raising there, I understand the point he's raising, but I don't know about Seki. There's Oshiomhole a lot in terms of his politics and everything else. But he was making a coherent point clearly that there has to be an element of continuity. I don't know what lies beneath the reason why they are quarreling, but if he's using continuity as an argument, then one has to ask oneself why he is choosing to use continuity as an argument. Is it to give himself credibility and all the rest of it? I don't know. I heard somebody say that he didn't attend primary school. For somebody that didn't attend primary school, he sure does know how to express himself, and that's why it's not good to underestimate people. He does know how to express himself better than a lot of people out there. That guy that I just heard speak just now is one of the best speakers, politicians that I've heard speak in Nigeria. So let's not underestimate people. And that's why they blindside us. So I will leave it at that with Oshiomhole. From the point of view of this in Erufai, there was a time I think I heard he was responsible for some of the development in Abuja, if I'm not mistaken. And then he went on to Kaduna to do some great work. And I heard him, criticize what the government is doing regarding terrorism and all the rest of it. But this political cycle has completely made him lose credibility in my eyes. And some of the things he's saying just shows that, see, this is why we have problems. Just like Nigeria was said about Oshiomhole, some of all these, they will sound nice or like people that mean well, but when it comes down to it, they are all the same. They are just doing the same things and not leading the country in any developmental path that would actually change lives properly. Instead, you had him talking about, and calling people to be like a Christian candidate or a tribal candidate. That for me, that kind of stuff is bordering on hate speech, really. And our leaders, they need to be contained from doing these things that they are doing. They are fracturing Nigeria themselves. They are the ones fracturing the state. If it was a state with hate laws and he goes and says this type of stuff, like in the UK, he has all these Welsh politicians and I believe in the Catholic this thing, why we believe in the Church of England. If you start sounding like that, you're going to have problem even in the UK. But you just do it callously as if it's okay to just be fracturing the nation with their own words. And they know exactly what they are doing because he wants to play tribal politics, because he knows that is where he's going to get votes from. And I must say too, even in the West, they do the same thing. Sometimes they use racism and all of it. But it is frowned upon And just like we have to frown upon some of these things, this Erufai is doing, and all this, they become so desperate because P2B is doing so well. They just want to start saying whatever they can say to just get a few numbers of votes.
Tunaja, can I ask you a question, please?
Yeah, all right, go ahead.
Are you aware Erufai is a mass murderer? Are you aware he masterminded the killings of 1,000 people who were Muslims? And two, are you aware Erufai admitted that he knows the bandits, that he gave them money, that he's negotiating with them at the time? The same Erufai also said he talks to the president anytime he wants. It's like he stormed that sort of one time and people frowned on it. And he vehemently attacked them and said he does not need permission from anybody to go to the villa. So what do you have to say about all these things put together?
Yeah, I think the way he behaves,
the killings, the mass killings.
I heard about I heard about it. I didn't know he was behind it. That in terms of he was supervising the process. If he did that, that is, I don't know why he held accountable. I really don't. 1,000 people died like that. What could 1,000 people do that would deserve you slaughtering them like that? Nobody's holding him accountable. And this is the country, and this is the thing I keep saying. While I came on these panels, you notice that when I first came, I always went the people. The people is the one I'm concerned about, because the people is in their hands. Things can change. It's in their hands, get worse. When we say these things, and I think our people is that the thing in their head, in our people's head, matters a lot, because from when they are growing up, the impression that they get of the societies and the impression that they get of their country matters a lot. And some of all these young people now, they are growing up hearing Erufai sound the way he sounds, politically desperate. He starts sounding divisive. Soon they will start thinking that this is how it is to be. Nigeria was played a video here the other day about a young man not even wanting rule of law. He doesn't even want rule of law. And a people that are growing up to hate their country and they want to leave the country. This ties into the Jakba, this is a headline that we saw today. They want to run away from their country and to serve the people that are not their friends, really. They are the people that are part of, you see, the whole thing is a vicious cycle, and our leaders are not helping. Our leaders are not helping. Our leaders are not helping. They are not trying to let the people know what their heritage means. This is not something that you just take for granted. It's a it has serious implications. And this is why our people are running away from the country, because no leader is telling them that, you know what, you have to build your own. You seriously have to take it, do the hard work to build your own. Our leaders are not doing that. As a matter of fact, the best they can come to doing is we are one country. That's the best they seem to come to doing. Or we are a blessed people. We are blessed people is not, you are not telling people the reason why they need to invest their energy into their country, even when it's not good. You're not telling people why the reason they need to defend their country, even when it's not good right now. You're not painting a picture that they are going to see, so that in the near future, this country is going to get to a place based on the difficult work to do now. Our leaders are not telling our people that. Why are we not going to see any difference? And sometimes I come across as if I'm blaming the people. But how are the leaders going to tell these people these things if the leaders are people? Is it that the ones in the diaspora that have insight into these things are the ones that have to come in and tell them? Isn't that what P2B is doing now? P2B is coming. He's basically a diasporan. He has seen the world as it is, with the knowledge, as much knowledge that he's got, as he's always humble to say, telling people this is what needs to be done. Even when it comes to the naira note issue, you saw what he said. He said, plague on both of all your houses, because that's basically what he said. Plague on all your houses. In other words, by saying the leadership of that Nigerians have been subject to is failing them. And in a way, it's a form of leadership that's happened here again. Because Emefefiel can say that, okay, yeah, he released the funds to be distributed and bank managers are this thing. Yeah, you should anticipate. You should anticipate that Nigerians will be Nigerians. You should always anticipate that. Prepare and start warning them up front that if you mess money I'm sending over, you are going to have problems. Nigerians will always be Nigerians. Like if I want to do anything in Nigeria, if I'm creating the nation, I'll be. If I get you shift, if you are supposed to be releasing 1,000 bags of rice from this place, and I hear that one bag goes missing and it ends up in Ghana or anywhere, you're going to be in trouble. You have to anticipate what Nigeria, because their mindset is that they have to capitalize on everything to make money, because life is hard for them. If you let them know that there's going to be accountability, it's less likely it's going to happen. And I think that's what is beginning to happen now. They are beginning to officials to go and start monitoring the banks. They are beginning to send people to go and monitor even POS people, that they should stop all these practices that are leading to difficulty for the poorer people in the country. And I like what Peter Obi said to it, because he said, you notice that he targeted the poor people. He said the central bank should ensure that the poorest people get their money, because they need it to function. The rich ones, they can always do financial transactions over, this in electronic transactions. It doesn't affect them that much. They don't have to pay for akara, or they don't have to send their children to school with money in their pocket like that. So that is a very, very good thing that is happening there. And I think Emefefiel is correct to do what he is doing. This is something that benefits. If this elite wants to cry about it, let them cry about it. But the mistake he made was allowing for the banks to be able to thwart the process. He should have anticipated, and the banks will try to do that. People are selling money in Nigeria. I was complaining about it last week now. Nigerians, we just cause a lot of trouble for ourselves. The leadership should also anticipate these things. Emefefiel is a smart man. He should have seen this one coming. So in the end, you can also blame him that he didn't handle it very well. And he is looking to correct it now. I hope that comes through and people get the money that they need, and people move on. Then all the rich people that are crying, they can cry and go and suck lemon. They should be fine. They don't have problem with money. So on that front, I think I've covered all the main areas. Like I will always summarize with this one. If you want the country, change the people's mind. If you want to change the country, make things very, very transparent and secure your country. So there's no use working hard if you're not securing your country. You are basically working for other people. Nothing you do will. Everything you work, you're working for the next man that has security, that has all the guns, that has everything. It's just the nature of the world. I'm sorry, that's how the world works. Anybody that knows this should know that. If Switzerland, that is so peaceful, has 300,000 bunkers, yeah, that should tell you that even peaceful countries understand this logic. And we need to really internalize it and discipline ourselves never to forget it, because it's at the core of whether we make it in this world today. Thank you.
God bless you, my brother. To Niger, thanks for your submission. Okay, let's also hear from other person, which is Max. Good morning to you, sir. Max, please talk to us.
Good morning, Mr. Niger Watch. God bless you, my brother, for the good work that you are doing. Good morning to my co-panelists and those in the comment section, and our brothers and sisters that are watching us all around the world. And wherever Sister Emma Sister Emma Etisen, I'm saluting you in our common language here. There is a quotation in the Bible, Niger Watch, that says, advised, the children of God to sell their clothes. Sell your clothes and buy yourself a sword. Even Bible supports self-defense.
Yeah, I know of that quote.
Good. He said, the Bible
That's
didn't
the book
say
of Matthew. The book of Matthew. By Jesus.
Yes. He didn't say sell your cow, so he didn't say sell your car. He says sell your clothing. Clothing is very important to human being. Without clothing, you are naked. That is how strong it is. Christ himself told the disciples and those that are Christ-like, defend yourselves from these demons. You know, Naija Watch, my question to everybody here is this. Why is it that anything that is working in other places, when you bring it to Nigeria, as long as it's a Nigerian government that is going to handle it, it becomes useless? They rubbish it. Why is it? As poor as we are here in Ghana, look, for your information, my people, I am bereaved. In my area, Boku municipality constituency, soldiers slaughtered over 10 people. As we speak now, we've discovered 10 bodies in Boku Central because of chieftaincy title. There are some people are dragging from my people, you know, who are the original, you know, indigenous people in that particular place. So they are dragging. This thing has caused a lot of problem, and the army went in there and killed 10 of our people in the forest, in the bush, with cutlass. Today it is going on, and the members of parliament, they call Honorable Ayariga, has set up a committee right now, and the soldiers are going to be brought to book, if not hanged, because that is the law here. They will not go scot-free. Whether you say you are a military officer, police, you kill someone in Ghana here, I trust the legislators, they will investigate it. If they find you culpable, you'll be interdicted and punished adequately. That is why you see it is not happening so much, but I don't know why this one happened. So that is the problem I have in my hometown, I think for the past 7 days now. You see, whatever that happens in Nigeria, the same thing happens. You will not see anybody being prosecuted. You will see them, especially if they are holding power, holding on to power. These people have their relatives, their cohorts, or their party members that are on top. You don't see them being persecuted. You see people dying, killing people, state actors, non-state actors, killing Nigerians on daily basis. As we speak now, people are being killed. As we speak, Naija Watch, people are being killed. Probably because they are in the remote area where social media cannot, you know, get to. People are being killed. Hundreds of Nigerians are being killed on daily basis, if not on weekly basis, if not daily basis. And you have a government. Change of, now I don't want to bore myself with Oshiomhole because Oshiomhole disgraced me the day his activity when he was the NLC chairman, the NLC president, or whatever they call them. In fact, made me to believe that if this man is, within the corridors of power, he would do a lot of things. But immediately I saw what he did in Edo State, the pride, the dishonesty I see in that man, his insensitivity, grossly shown when he was there by this man. I rejected him. I don't want to speak about him at all. You see the naira note that they changed. Now, 2007, we had a redenomination of our currency. It took us about a year plus before the old ones were phased out. And it went on smoothly. But today in Nigeria, there is, printing of new money, changing the old one and the rest of them. But those people in the town are not getting the money. What kind of government is that? You do not consider there are people that are going to pay school fees of their children, home and abroad. You didn't, take into cognizance that there are people that are diabetic that need that money to go to hospital, to buy one tablet, maybe what do they call it? Diabetic, medicine for themselves. You didn't take that into consideration. You did not know that there are old men and old women who are retirees that depend solely on that money. No, you didn't consider that. You just punish them the way you are punishing them. People are going topless, fighting all over.
All right, Mr. Max, we can't hear you anymore. Maxi, we can't hear you anymore. We lost your audio right there. Okay, let's move on to the next person. We lost you there, sir. Peace Soft, please talk to us, sir. Good morning to you.
Hi, good morning, my friend. Good morning, the
sir.
panelists. I appreciate you guys. So, I mean, I was not sleepy yet, and I saw you guys just pop up. Like, let me come in here to see what's happening, and I also make my contribution. Thank you very much, Niger Watch, for bringing everybody, and for your consistency in this journey. Um, I like to say that the country Nigeria is in big trouble. You see, what we talked about this new Naira note is some of the private platform that I belong to. Since 2 years ago, I've told them that there's a plan to change, to redesign the Naira note. That was 2 years ago, 2021. And I told them on the platform that there's a plan to redesign the new Naira, and I told them the purpose and the reason for that. And they thought I was joking, only for during December period this time around, like well, during the Umba period, and then the government broke the news that they got a plan to redesign the Naira note. So this is something I've seen 2 years ago. And then everybody started calling me, hey, what do we do? What do we do now? Come on. I said, no, you can't do nothing because I said, our people don't, if not until something happened, they don't believe people, they don't believe some certain things. So they like to see things happen before they want to take actions, and that leads to failure. And it's completely different from the white people. If white people, if you give them an information, they will go and do verification, they go and find out, and then just to prevent it from happening. So that's the difference between us and some of this Western world. The difference is very clear. Number one, if you want to run a cashless society, Nigeria is not a country where cashless society can easily work because number one, how can you run a cashless society in Nigeria in a country where there's no electricity? Because if you want to run a cashless society, which means you are saying that everybody has to do maybe with devices, go to the market, like the market women. Can you run a cashless society with the market women on the streets? There are people who will not eat in a day if they don't go outside to sell. So the priority is supposed to be number one, let's see how we can fix the electricity. Because if where there is light, there is hope. People can do a lot of stuff with light. You can power a generator. How much you're going to make from your business when you power generator 24 hours? You can't do that. So they're trying to push people to a cashless society. Let's look at it logically. How does the POS operator?
Yeah, Mr. Soft. This
Yes.
is one of the things I talk about all the time. When you power your business with generator, you won't make nothing. It's a setback. Thank God that you just
Yes.
mentioned it. It's a setback. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yes. How how does a POS operator have access to the new Naira notes and begin to distribute new Naira notes, and banks don't have the new Naira note to give to people? Logically, it doesn't make sense. Who is not the bank? The operators or the official banks? So what's really happening? Some of my family members wanted to do burial. They could not do this burial because the people, the things they want to buy, they will need cash to get those things. They go to the bank don't even have up to 100,000 to give to them, new Naira notes. But they went to POS operator. A POS operator will bring out the 500,000 Naira, new Naira note. How the hell did that happen? How the hell did that happen? The new Naira notes Is it introduced for POS operator to be the one to disburse it to the public, or it's supposed to be from the bank? You see, the politicians are playing a very dirty game. And that actually brings my mind back to some of the things some of my friends told me regards to this new naira note. How are we not sure that all these politicians are crying on social media right now, on television, they are not the one responsible holding down the new naira notes, just so we don't even think that they're in possession of this new naira note? That's why it's not in circulation currently. How are we not even sure? Because if a POS operator have access to the new naira note, a politician is more powerful than a POS operator. I've been involved in so many activities in Nigeria. A politician in Nigeria can write just a letter to a manager of a bank. They will bring money to him in the house, and then he give them the check. That's how bad the system has been. They will bring money. A manager of a bank will bring the cash to politicians in the house, even businessmen. They'll bring you money in the house. You don't need to go to the bank. So when they get to your house, you give them the check. Do you understand what's happening? The system, I was listening to Shore a few hours before this time. The system of Nigeria is set up to oppress the poor. It's a system, and it might be difficult to change if the Nigerian people will not take that into their hands. It's going to take the Nigerian people to put that, to change the system. The Nigerian people must rise up to change the system. The system is set up to oppress them, to make them poor, because the poorer you become, the more you are desperate. And out of desperation, so a lot of stuff happen. When Nigerians are desperate to make money just to feed, that way they are bought over. So they can be oppressed. A poor man is always oppressed, no matter how. You see, we should there are a lot of stuff that we can't even say on air, you see. So we try to caution some of the things we say on air. We don't want to, also give out some sensitive information. There are a lot of stuff going on around the whole world. And then we just do what we can, do our best. And then, whatever we can to save our society, we just have to do it. And then even Nigerian government officials, the government know what will happen in this election. So everybody is praying. There are different groups in different locations. They are ready to take down the system, Nigerian system. And the government is aware. And the government is playing tactics because they don't know what to do. They can't come out to say, oh, we might not be able to stop these people. So we're just going to be praying. Like one of our panelists said here, that the Bible says you need to defend yourself. I've always said that to my people. See, that you must be ready to defend yourself. Should the need arises, you have to be ready. You see, Obaseki, like the issue of Obaseki, let me not say much about Obaseki because I know what's happening anyway. Thank you very much. If there's any other opportunity, I may just contribute some other issues. And I appreciate you guys for this opportunity to be right here, and also for listening. And our people out there, be careful and be vigilant. And then don't always discuss information. When you hear any information, try to do investigation just so you have a better understanding of what's going on. That is 80% victory for you. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your submission. Thank you. All right. My people, I appreciate you all. Like I said before, we are not going to be here for long. I'll be rounding up now by giving just one minute roundup, because we are coming back again this evening. The main purpose of coming out this morning is to pass in the what is going on, what happened throughout the night. And two, we have an important guest joining us tonight. Please endeavor to join us from Labour Party. Someone from Labour Party, very, very important person, will be joining us tonight so that we can take questions and we'll take it from there. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you for your time with us today. I can see Mr. Johnson Emmanuel right there joining us. Good evening. Good morning. I don't used to this evening. Good morning to you, sir. Thanks for joining us. Sawaro Joshua, I can see right there. Thanks for joining us. Good morning to you. Madarita, I can see right there. Thanks for joining us. Chukwamaka Kamara, Ezewango, can see you all right there. Thanks for joining us. I can see Flora. Thanks for joining us. Good morning. Good morning to every one of you. I wish I can mention all names, but I want to let everyone know that I see you and I acknowledge you right now by saying good morning to every one of you. Shooks, I see you as well. Thank you, my people. Thank you. Now God will bless all of them. Peter Udukwe, I see you as well. Thanks for joining us. Kanayo, I see you and you're right up. God bless you. Thank you. All right, let me start with Alex. Alex, please do a closing remark of a minute. Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I want us to not be distracted by the likes of Ruben Abati's way of doing his media interview. I told you he's an ex-convict. He's an ex-criminal. So, and he belongs to some cabal of sorts. So we shouldn't see his verbal attack as, as extempore. It's not, it's very deliberate anyways. And Oshiomhole also cannot be trusted. Oshiomhole has no primary certificate. The basis of education. I told you abroad, your parents will be arrested if a child is not in primary school. Quote me anywhere. So when a child misses that foundational education, it's very difficult. It's no matter of book is not everything. That has to do with a university. Primary school is everything to a child. So I cannot, I'm not surprised the way Oshiomhole behaves. A man who rose to power on the back of labor and the people. And he turned against the people to support the cabal, a drug baron. So I just want you to know the background of this man. As for El-Rufai, he's a murderer, he's a killer. He killed many Muslims. Up till now, he's still working scot-free. He's a man that relates with Boko Haram. He said he knows them. He pays them. He relates with them. He knows how they came into Nigeria. So I will drop it there. So let's get our PVCs. Let's be focused. Cast your vote for Mr. Peter Obi and defend your vote on that day. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. Thank you. Tunaja, please, your submission, 1 minute. Mr. Tunaja, are you there? Okay, Tunaja, you're not available right now. Go back to Soft again. Soft, please talk to us 1 minute. Round up. We are rounding up now. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, my people. Thank you for everything you're doing. I'd like to tell you people to inform your brothers and sisters to get your PVC and then cast your vote that day, defend your vote, and ensure that you know who you're voting for, and also, take life easy while you're going out there to do your normal business. Thank you very much, and have a good day. Thank you.
Mr. Soft, please, can I ask you a soft question for 10 seconds, if Naija Watch will allow me?
Yes, of course. Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Soft, yes, thank you for your insight vis-a-vis technology and software-related matters. I still want to ask you, from your own perspective now, since you are good in technological forecasting, what do you see about this scenario coming next 2 weeks as we cast our vote? Do you think we will, with the crisis going on, do you think as a nation, are we going to survive until that day with what is happening, the massive destruction of places everywhere? And two, do you think this cabal are going to allow Mr. Peter Obi once he wins? Or do you see a full-blown war? These are my hypotheses, and I want to hear from you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for that question. You see, we are going to be ready. We're just going to be ready for whatever happens. As for me, if Peter wins and they don't give it to him, it's going to be a problem.
Exactly.
Believe me. Believe me. If we vote today, Obi will win. If you vote tomorrow, Obi will win. Ordinary Nigerians don't want to hear that someone else wins this election. Believe me. Anybody you talk to, even if you see them in PDP rally, even if you see them in APC rally, they are there to collect money. Believe me. Approach them while they are in rally right there. Ask them, who will you vote for? They will tell you, we will vote Peter Obi. They don't want them. We've done our research. We've conducted a lot of research. Let me tell you, let me be honest with you. At first, I was not supporting any politician because I didn't believe that the politicians will be able to solve the problems of Nigeria. I actually reached out to the state governments. I reached out to some people and I asked them that I want interim government because we need to reset the system. That was my submission. That was what I told them, which is still 50% of what I still stand for, because I don't think politicians will be able to solve the problem of Nigeria except the system is reinstalled back. Now, if Obi wins, they may not like to give him the power for some certain reasons. It's very critical, and that might lead Obi. If they don't give Obi the power, Obi can't even tell his supporters what to do. They will not listen to Obi. Obi cannot even calm them down. Believe me, because Nigerians are just fed up with the system. So it's a big problem, and the politicians understood all of these things.
Thank you.
So we just need to be prepared for whatever happens. That would just be my, we just need to be prepared.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you very much for that wonderful question, my brother, Alex. And thanks for Mr. Soft for your response as well. That's just the fact. I support you on that. If every good Nigerian, patriotic Nigerian right now, what they are waiting to hear is Peter Obi, the winner, the next president of Nigeria. But for any reason is denied, only God knows how this one will play out. But meanwhile, we're rounding up right now. I appreciate every one of you. Please endeavor to join us today by 5 p.m. Nigerian time. We have a Labour Party guest that's going to be joining us tonight. Let's do this together. I appreciate every one of you. Continue to share our videos. For those of you that are going to be playing back this video later on, like our video before you leave right now. And meanwhile, we're on a reaction premiere that is currently playing. Let me post the link on the comment section. Join us here as we end this. Join us straight away on this one as we end this one. I just posted the link. Click on it to join us as we end this particular broadcast. Now God bless all of you. Now join us tonight as well at 5 p.m. Now God bless you. Now I go round up. Take care, my people. I appreciate every one of you right there on the comment section. Thank you for your time. Bye and bye for now. Thank you.
Thank you.